Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor and it's Friday, and this is my last video for today. High inflation by asset class, contemporary art versus selected assets. Contemporary art leads the way. This is something a lot of people don't think about. Look at the S&P 500 down here, emerging markets, real estate, gold. Contemporary art, right there. Traditional, you haven't been able to have access to that, but today, you and I do. I've been buying some of these Master Artworks shares. These guys have turned expensive artwork into shares. $20 a share, minimum investment $500. They did this. These guys are one of my sponsors. The link's in the top of the description. You can invest in multi-million-dollar paintings, attractive historical price appreciation, buy and sell shares in a secondary market, receive proceeds when painting sells. How about them apples? Go check it out. Links in the top of the description. Click on it. Tell them DAI sent you. CoinPaprika.com, who's also one of my sponsors. Look what's happening with XRP. And we'll take a better look. This is FiatLeak.com. Check this out. Who's not one of my sponsors. FiatLeak.com has XRP at 53 cents. We've had a little bit of surging going on, and it's against the backdrop of everybody else pretty much being in the red. eGrag Crypto weighed in. XRP 4H time frame, XRP 53.5342, come smash the 55 cents. In XRP we trust. He's acting like maybe 55 cents we might get. Then Crypto Bull says, over the next months, XRP price slowly keeps moving up in anticipation of a Ripple win and relisting. When these events occurred, there will be a final price explosion to $10 to $13. Most people will buy the local top, and I agree with that, no question. Dark Defender, this is kind of a mysterious tweet he did. XRP is bullish. Can she wait for 9th of October? We will experience. I don't even know what he means here, but it sounds nice and mysterious. Now, John Deaton had retweeted that this guy's a Bitcoin maxi through and through. It's nice every once in a while to play you one of these videos so you understand that these people don't even know what they're talking about. John Deaton retweeted it and he says, dude, did you really just say Ripple is the parent company of XRP? These people never wanted to understand exactly how it works because they're terrified of XRP. Watch.
Can 10,000 XRP make you rich? Kind of. Maybe. Not really. Let me explain. You see, XRP did make a lot of people rich in 2017. It went from half a cent to $3.40. Insane gains. But XRP last bull run didn't really do much. Every other asset exploded to new all-time highs, put in mass.
But he doesn't tell you why. He doesn't tell you the story that we've told you on this channel for the last 2 years about all of the shenanigans that have gone on because all of these people are terrified of XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created. He leaves that part conveniently out.
Gains, but XRP did not. The reason being that the SEC is suing Ripple, the parent company.
The reason being that the SEC was used by a weapon and there's a lot of people involved.
Uncertainty has killed XRP's price. If they win the case, then XRP will probably moon, and while 10K XRP may not make you rich, it will make decent returns. But if they lose the case, say good night.
The guy has no idea.
Awesome
no idea what he's talking about. Doesn't even understand what's going on all around the world with XRP. White House considering departure of Treasury Chief Janet Yellen after the midterms. Like John Deaton said this. He said it several times. Gary will quit before he has to answer for all that he has done to hurt investors he claims to protect. Quit or become treasurer, that is. Sad for this country, but he'll probably get away with it because our Congress is worthless. I stand by these statements. Now, I wanted to show you this. Because make no mistake, I don't care what anybody says about ETHgate. It's about as realer than real deal Holyfield, which Evander Holyfield was a boxer from my area, Atlanta, Georgia. Evander Holyfield was from there. Well, there's a reason that all this stuff has been sped up and they're trying to get it done as fast as possible. It's because all these people, remember, that's Laura Shin, who has been knee-deep in propping up Bitcoin and Ethereum and trying to go after Ripple and XRP. Kristen Smith has been knee-deep in claiming to be in the Blockchain Association and supporting crypto and all this, and has never done anything to support Ripple and their case. She actually was on stage and said, yeah, we're just waiting to see what'll happen. Yeah, she hasn't done anything to support it, while she claims to be running an industry organization. What a farce. Well, listen to this. All of a sudden, all I've heard until this video right here is that no legislation would happen this year. And if we were lucky at one point, they said maybe stablecoin legislation. And then this, for me, comes out of nowhere. Listen to this.
There has been this huge question over the last several years over which tokens are securities and which are commodities. And there are a number of bills that have been introduced in Congress that attempt to answer this question. I think most of them propose the CFTC will be the default regulator. But I was curious, which of these bills do you see as having the greatest chance of making it into law and why?
Yeah, no. So this is what we're spending most of our time on right now at the Blockchain Association. There have been several bills, all of which point to the CFTC to be the regulator for digital commodity spot markets. The one that's getting the most traction right now is
So all the bills point away from the SEC. That's the first thing I got.
Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act, the DCCPA. And this is legislation that was introduced by the chair and ranking member of the Senate Agriculture Committee. There was a hearing in September on this legislation. And I think there is a very good chance that this is enacted into law before the end of the year. There's some issues with the bill that we're working through right now that we would definitely want to see fixed prior to anything being signed into law. But I think that we expect this bill to go to markup in committee right after the election in the middle of November. And the leadership offices have thought about potentially attaching this bill to either the National Defense Authorization Act or the Omnibus or whatever sort of year-end packages are going. And so the timeline has greatly sped up for this legislation getting done. And what this legislation would do is it defines, digital commodity platforms and digital commodity trading facilities, brokers, dealers, custodians, and requires these entities to register with the CFTC. And with registering, you would have, sort of all of the sort of anti-abusive trading practices, disclosures of conflicts. You'd have the, cybersecurity programs, like all of the things that you would want to have for regulation. I think that the big issue that's outstanding there right now is that DeFi kind of gets wrapped up in this regulation. And so we've been working to try to figure out some sort of process around how to apply some of the core principles in the regulation to different actors in the DeFi ecosystem in a way that makes sense. And so that's kind of where the discussions land right now. But yeah, there is a very real possibility that this gets signed into law by the end of the year.
If you enjoyed this.
All right. So there's that, and then this is what she's referring to, the digital, and there's a red flag right out of the gate. Defines digital commodity, which includes Bitcoin and Ethereum, and excludes certain financial instruments, including securities. So I'm suspicious of these people right out of the gate, no matter what they do. Laura Shin, Kristen Smith, these people have been on the side of what I consider to be the bad guys all along in this thing. And until somebody proves otherwise, that's the way I see it. I'm suspicious of anything they're involved with. And I'm suspicious not just because, I'm suspicious because they've never done anything but either go after Ripple and XRP or as a quote crypto industry group sat on the sidelines and done nothing to help Ripple or to help XRP holders or John Deaton. So I'll believe it when I see it. Well, we showed this video of Gary Gensler on CNBC in the last video, and John Deaton commented on it. This is a great question by Andrew Ross Sorkin, but he should know Gary Gensler will never answer a fair and legitimate question that helps create any type of clarity. Gensler wants it vague in order to choose which cases to bring. He wants maximum prosecutorial options. Now, this is interesting. This is from Andrew Zell. He put these two screenshots out. He says recently, and I didn't really know what he was getting at here until I looked over here. Turns out, and I went and double checked it, he's showing where David Schwartz liked this tweet of his own from back in November of 2017. Here's the tweet. You're looking at David Schwartz's likes right here. It's right here. And we've talked about this tweet before, but if you go through this, start here. If you need $1 million worth of XRP to make payments, the market price will be $1 million. Price of XRP doesn't affect anything. However, higher prices mean that same size payments will move the market less, making them cheaper. So higher is better. It can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, they need 1 million XRP, which would cost $1 million. If XRP costs $1 million, they'd need 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. Okay, so for some reason, David Schwartz is liking here in 2022 that tweet. It can't be dirt cheap. Okay, that's a good thing. Eleanor Terrett has been bringing attention to something that I kind of skipped over, I think. She says Hinman's speech, according to my SEC source, so she's got inside sources. Inside, let me put this right. Inside, because this is not like BitBoy, but this is inside SEC sources. Okay, his may not be inside. She's got actual inside SEC sources. Okay, that is a thumbnail if there ever was a thumbnail. So anyway, her source, person that would have approved the speech and the only person that could have stopped it going ahead was the general counsel, Robert Stebbins, who also happened to be one of Jay Clayton's close friends from their days at Penn Law School. Here's an excerpt from the SEC Conduct and Ethics Code. It says all employees must submit speeches for review to the general counsel. My SEC source tells me the ethics office never reviews speeches as the law deems it the responsibility of the general counsel. Employees are expected to know what they can and can't talk about. Ethics can counsel them on matters, but they can't enforce. This makes me think the Hinman speech not getting screened by the ethics office was maybe not so unusual that the responsibility would have rested with the general counsel. Well, the general counsel, look, you still can't, the problem is you still can't get away from the fact that the ethics office told Bill Hinman not to do this. He would have known on its face not to do this. They'd already warned Bill Hinman not to do it. None of this stuff is going to relieve Bill Hinman of what should be a ton of pressure here and potential criminal conflicts. I don't care how they want to spin it. The ethics office told him not to meet with any of these people. He did, and then he went on to give a speech that gave Ethereum, which his law firm represented or had interest in other words, clients, whatever, and he went on to do it anyway. And then, don't forget, because this is crucial, then when he was done at the SEC and Jay Clayton was about to settle with Ripple, Bill Hinman came back to the SEC. My understanding is it was to make sure, because Eleanor Terrett said that, Bill Hinman was the one that came back to make sure the lawsuit went through. Not good. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that Hinman's got a lot to answer for, no matter how you